Okay, so talk to me, Preston. What's on your mind?
Do you tip at Starbucks?
Do I tip at Starbucks?
Yeah, do you tip at Starbucks?
Is there a prompt that comes on the computer to tip?
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm going to tell you something. If a prompt comes on, I might think like, why am I tipping for this? And I think tipping culture in America has become insane. But sometimes like the buttons, like I don't have like the patience to figure out how to not tip. So I'll just pick 10% and say, you probably need it. You know what I mean? You probably need it.
I have this philosophy where unless you like engage me in like real human conversation, if I'm standing for the whole order, I'm not tipping.
Gonna
If they're just
look,
like
to each their
taking
own, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not to say like, you know, the valet, the restaurants I frequent, the valets know me by name. They know where like my car parked. My barber goes out of his way. Pretty much anything you can imagine that is normal to tip for. Like even when I go places like where were we that they remembered us? Japan.
That was crazy.
We were there 2 years ago,
Yep.
and the valet remembered us, and that's because I tip and I engage in like human conversation with people that do a good job. But yeah, to answer your question, like tipping culture is out of control. Like I'll tip even if I get bad service at a restaurant. Like I will think empathetically for that person. Like unless they're out of their way, like
It has
being
to
a
be
dick
astronomically
to me,
bad, yeah.
If they're being a dick to me because of me, like oh your tattoos suck or you think you're fucking some prick, probably not getting a tip. But if I can tell they're having a bad day, I'll also give them 15-18% because I'm like, like you don't know what's happening in the kitchen, you don't know what's happening with the boss, you don't know what's happening with the orders, you don't know what's happening. So I'm like, I probably did the best I could.
Have you ever not tipped?
Yeah.
I've only ever done it once in my life.
Yeah, it was because I went to a restaurant, and it was in France, and it was really a 5-star restaurant, and this is the first time I've ever been met with this ever. So I was with somebody that can't eat dairy, and you know about this, and they'll go anaphylactic, and the waiter literally said in French, "That's not a real disease," and I like lost it. I tipped the manager that took over cash, but I didn't tip the lady because. You know, in that sort of work, like I understand, again, clients or customers can be shitty. I get it. Like America, I don't know what's happening. Everybody complains. I feel like in America, like if you want to be relevant, someone could do a nice thing, and like now people complain about it because they want to have something to say, which is sometimes just don't say anything.
It's like Karen culture.
Just shut the fuck up. How about that? But you know. When you're like, hey, I have a disease and I have to carry an EpiPen, like this is a real thing, for someone to like gaslight you, I'm like, okay, that's not cool. But like if I get the wrong thing on my food, I don't complain. I'll still tip. I'll be like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But how are you feeling? You know, we've been in business for 2.5 years. We're making some big moves. Other businesses are starting to make moves. There's a video, I don't know if we can pull it up, maybe not, because it's a little bit older video, where I call you poor. This guy's broke right now. He has nothing. 2.5 years ago, and I'm like, it's time to start building something. And now you're driving a McLaren. It broke down.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
it was a sprayer. Your McLaren was a sprayer.
Yep.
It was spraying water all over the place, or coolant.
It was coolant.
And they fixed it for a few grand, and now you're back on the road, and just, you know, how you feeling, poor boy?
Do you remember, I think it was like 18 months ago, we were talking to Moises from Based. It might have been like a year ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, I've never been closer to killing myself in this moment. It is the strangest experience in my life to go from 1 week being like on the verge of suicide.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, I would never kill myself. Just
for legal reasons.
I don't want to get committed to a 51-50 hold.
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
I mean, I don't think about killing myself.
Okay, well.
Which I know that's a real disease, and hopefully you get help for that, but.
Yeah, well.
I don't think about that now.
Hyperbolically, always on the verge of suicide, and then the next week it's like, oh, dude, I'm like king of the world.
Yeah.
There's literally no better life than this.
That's being an
one.
entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. For a really long time, I had this picture of how my life would go when I was a kid.
I had the same picture. I'd have a white picket fence. I'd have the nice car. I don't know where this stuff would come from. I would just have it, but that's not how life is.
Yeah, I always had this idea that
life likes to kick you in the nuts.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if it's that so much as I think life has this way of no matter what you think it's going to be, it ends up being way crazier.
Well, I just take the kicks and I keep going.
Yeah.
Some people go down and like, oh, my nuts. I'm like, oh, dude, kick my nuts. What does Goggins say? Get hard, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope
like,
it's
damn,
cold.
you're hard. How is that possible?
Yeah.
I'm like, I love being kicked in the nuts.
I hope it's cold. I hope it's raining, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not quite that hardcore, but dude, it goes from being like one sandwich to like a gold-plated spoon, like so back and forth. It's insane.
1 day, 1 hour, 1 month, 1 year, your life can change. Are you willing to stay in the same spot for 1 hour, 1 month, 1 year? Most people aren't. Most people will give up before the thing even happens. And a lot of times, like, we wanted to hire a controller at this business. I mean, look, we own a few different businesses that are all starting to, like, pay out. But yeah, there's been times where I'm like, is this even worth it? but we want to hire a controller here, and we didn't hire a controller because I think that they would have committed suicide.
Yeah, you're insolvent?
Looking at our books, you
Yeah.
know? Like, not anymore, but yeah, we had a big issue that we haven't really talked about, beginning of this year with a vendor, but we can talk about that as a whole another video. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, can you look in the face of adversity and like deal with it, or can you chew glass and look into an abyss and just be okay with it? And even more, earlier we were talking about giving people money, investing in other people's brands, friends' brands, and bro, like, people are stupid.
Yeah,
People are fucking stupid.
We're talking about it earlier. I've now probably heard 6 or 7 people come to us and be like, "No one's ever given me a shot." Yeah. And I think especially you're very sympathetic to these people.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to say, right? Here's the thing I want to say. Like, I had a situation yesterday where this guy called me the F word, and it's intense. And I think online, like, look, I'm not saying what I put out online isn't real, but like my intention of what I put on online is marketing. It's supposed to motivate you. It's supposed to make you push yourself, because here I am, some random dude that never graduated high school, college dropout, like multimillionaire. Like, and my point in posting this cool stuff is, yes, I love my brands. I want to support my employees. I want to support my partners. But it's like, you can do it too. But I think a lot of people think that like maybe that's how I talk, or that I'm a dick, or I'm a tool. And there definitely was a time in my life where I was all those things. When I would peak at my businesses, and we're going from a valley to a peak pretty quick this quarter. And it's really easy to fall into that tool-like mindset, but I've been there, and I've been humbled. And if you get to know me, the reason why I don't hang out with a lot of people, the reason why I'm not the guy with the most friends, is like, I'm too fucking nice. Like, if you actually stop to have a conversation with me, I'm actually a really fucking nice guy. Like I'm almost a people pleaser, and I've had to learn to build boundaries against that, because I go out of my way to help people too much. And so I met with situations like that where people cuss me out, and then maybe it's because they think they have to talk to me that way. I'm not sure. But I'm like, bro, like, I'm not like a dick. I'm strong. I'm independent. I stand up for what I believe in, but I'm not just like, I'm not a tool that's going to just with you. Like I'm actually a nice guy. And like, I believe that we live in a crazy world. There's a ton of crazy happening. It seems like it's only getting crazier. So it's like, I'm constantly reminded of like, how do I be a positive impact in people's lives? I can't give you all the money to change your life. There's a lot of things I can't have the power over, but what I can do is I can control my response to how you act. And I can be kind and nice and be loving, and still have boundaries, still be strong. But, we've had a lot of situations that have tested my patience over the years, multiple 6-figure deals that have gone south. Because we trusted people to give them money that wouldn't give them a shot, or they want to do a project.
They begged for the shot.
And look, like, some of these people are avoiding me, and I don't really care. Like, I don't. Like, I made the investment as a man, as a business owner. We made the investment. Mm-hmm. The money's gone. That's fine. Sometimes you're going to win. Sometimes you're going to lose. Out of like the 10 businesses we started in the last 2.5 years, 7 are doing good. That's pretty good odds. So to lose some, I'm okay with it. What are your thoughts?
Well, 2 things. First, to speak to, I do think you're very nice and very sympathetic. I think a lot of people don't always share that experience, and it reminds me of the quote from Dave Chappelle's Mom, where sometimes you have to act like a lion to be the lamb that you really are.
For sure.
Because I don't think very many people are mean people, yourself included, but it's just an unfortunate truth, especially when you deal with, we're a sales-based organization. There's an extremely high turnover rate. It's just the nature of how it is, and I don't enjoy firing people. Do you enjoy firing people?
Depends. If they've stolen from us,
yeah.
If they sexually harass somebody, if they've broken the law, like, I wouldn't say enjoyment, but I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing to protect the business and protect the other employees that kick ass every day for us. But when I have to let someone go because AI has taken their role, or we have a new system, mm-hmm. or we've outgrown them, yeah, of course I feel fucking bad. Like, I've gone out of my way to even, and this is stuff no one talks about. People can go on and bash us, but I've placed people at new jobs, new roles, because I don't want them to be without. They just weren't a good fit for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's twofold. It makes me feel like we're failures when someone comes in with no sales experience. We say, hey, we'll give you a shot. We'll try and train you. And they just don't have it.
Here's the thing, though. We have plenty of salespeople that have drank from the pond and know how to drink themselves. And yesterday's a perfect example. They want to know how to get better. We hold trainings. Mm-hmm. I have given out all the books that I have personally read over the years. Stuff that I'm just regurgitating. I'm not like I didn't create like a brand new magical sales system. I just went after the top producers in the world and did what they did. So I'm just regurgitating this information, and I tell them this, and none of them done the homework. None of them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do here? Because if you expect to make as much money as a fucking doctor or lawyer or be a millionaire, you can't come in and punch a clock for 7.5 hours a day and it's just magically going to happen. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I have to work. 6, 7 a.m., my phone's going off. And guess what? I might have a break with my kid from like 5:30 to 7:30, but you know what happens at 7:30? Fucking other parts of the world are awake that I have to start communicating with. Partners are awake. It's happening. So I'm going to about 11 o'clock at night. So what is that? That's the majority of my day. My phone's on to work, and you just and I'm not. Look, if you want to punch a clock, Costco, Valvoline, fucking Denny's, whatever. Like more power to you. Some people love their life that way, and that's great for them. I'm happy for them. However, if you want to work at one of my businesses, I want you to be a millionaire. And if you don't want it, I just bang my head into a wall. So I don't consider myself a failure. It's like, if I know that I've taught other people have done it under my employment. And if you don't want to do it, that's okay. You can't have a spot here because this is not a job. This is a career path.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough position to be in because you have people. This is the general experience I've had. And I think in the last probably 6 months, we've hired probably about 110 people. I would say that's a realistic estimate.
Yeah.
In the last 6 months, we've moved through 110 people, and we've probably interviewed 400.
Yep.
And out of those 400, 100
Fridays. Yeah.
Yep. Out of those 400, 110 say, "I understand this is a career path. This is what I want to do. I want to take this really serious." You know, I give them the spiel that this is a craft, this is an art. You treat this very seriously. It will reward you. And then they show up, and of those 110. Our sales floor holds 24, and even that full 24, maybe their whole heart isn't in it. It's on the one hand, I feel like a failure when they don't take it super seriously and they don't develop the skill set they need. And on the other hand, like I just feel bummed out for them because they don't know what they're missing out on.
And that's okay. I mean, look, you're not going to get everybody to be able to sell. I don't know if you count yourself as this, but for me, I was the exception to the rule. I had zero talent. And if you asked the guy who trained me how to sell, he would tell you. If you asked his manager, who also helped me, begrudgingly, but eventually I think he wanted to, he would tell you I had zero fucking talent. This kid could come in for 6 or 7 hours a day and put up the same numbers it took me 12 hours a day to do. The difference is I was told something that was a key when I began to sell, which is you don't have to have talent. You can learn this, but you're going to have to work fucking 3 or 4 times as hard as somebody with talent. And I took that seriously and I ran with it. And so while I couldn't produce as much with the talent this guy had, I focused every fucking day into getting it into my DNA. Books, videos, practicing on innocent bystanders, perfecting my craft. I was like, I'm going to learn this. And so now, have you heard the saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work? Now I can be any talented motherfucker because I put in the work and I know I can outwork them. That is my talent, is I can outwork everybody. And now it's just in my DNA. I can hear people when they sell. I've got the ear for it now. I can hear if they're doing good or not. And I think the last couple of years, with trying to locate founders to invest in, we've gotten good at that too. It's the same situation where we put money behind these guys, multiple guys in the last few years. Some have hit, some have not. And the ones that have hit have convinced us that they're just as nutty as we are. They don't have to be talented. All they have to do is have the hard work or both or one or the other, and they are willing to go to any lengths. And the red flags on the others were there. They didn't want to put in the work. They weren't that talented. They weren't willing to. So my question for when I look for a partner or a founder or a CEO to run a company I want to invest in is, are you willing to do whatever the it takes to win? Because I am. I will do whatever the it takes. Like any business we're involved in, if they need me, I can outwork all of them. And I've shown it. I've shown that I can. And it's not a competition, not a negative thing. It's for me, it's about showing like, I want this to be successful, just like my social media presence. I want you guys to be motivated. Like the sky is the limit. Like all we have to do is put in the work. Because from day one of starting my business, I had a fundamental belief. Same thing I took from sales. There is another motherfucker out there working twice as hard to fucking beat me. And it's not about me. I don't think they're targeting. I'm not paranoid like that. But they're outworking me every fucking day. They're outthinking me. So the only way to win is to fucking outwork them. So now it's not even like a thought like, oh, I need to go beat them. Now it's like, I will work because I've seen the fruits of success. I will do it over and over again because I know what's to come. And look what's coming. Look what's coming the last 60 days. Like it's starting to come. It took a couple years. You know, it's been the most, this last year and these last 2 years is the most I've learned in business in the last 12 years and the first 10 years I fucking worked because of all the lessons, all the heartaches, all the issues. And yeah, like it looks good. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like we're having a ton of fun, but yeah, dude, like there's been a few times where I wanted to pound my head into the fucking wall. What about you?